The price of Zilliqa is up by about 3%. I'm really sure you guys are getting excited for the next upcoming event, which is going to take place on July 30th. And of course, the CEO of Binance, CZ, is obviously going to be the guest of honor. So I am sure there's going to be quite some exciting information, which is obviously going to be revealed on July 30th. So is this one of the reasons why we are seeing a little bit of buying power, especially on the smaller time frames? Okay, so as you can see right now, we are starting to have this buying power which is beginning to roll in, and unfortunately, if we take a look at the bars, right, if you take a look at the previous bars here on the volume, right, they are very minute. So even though we are gaining a little bit of buying power, the volume is not really that significant. However, that doesn't really mean that we can't really see an uptrend, like in the next coming short time frame. I don't know, perhaps we are going to end up testing this particular high right over here, or we might even end up going as high as that price level is concerned. But of course, you guys just have to be conservative, and you just have to be reserved as far as FOMOing in when it comes to this particular project. So did we actually form a double bottom or even a triple bottom? Well, that is obviously going to be determined in the next coming few weeks. But this is obviously a very good tradable event whereby you are waiting for some exciting news, and people are going to be generally overexcited, and as a trader you can obviously take advantage of this. So if you guys were about to trade this particular event, right, looking at the 4 hourly, right, obviously getting to buy around these areas, or even getting to buy right around this area would have been like a better trading opportunity. But if I were you, I wouldn't really risk that much, because if you look at the reward to risk ratio, it's not really that ideal unless you guys are going to be very conservative and you are going to be using stop losses and you're just going to be practicing safe trading. Then I would definitely recommend you to trade this. By the way, I am not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice, and whatever you do, please do your own due diligence. For those of you who have been following my YouTube channel, right, this is obviously my ultimate buying area, and I'm still patiently waiting for the price of Zilliqa to drop this low. So is it really going to drop this low? Nobody really knows, but hey, I am a very patient man, and I'm going to be diligently waiting for the price drop. But of course, we're going to be making highs and lows, just like that, until we come to my particular price threshold. So obviously, for the people who are thinking, hey, obviously the price of Zilliqa bottomed out and we are going to go straight to the moon, well, that is a possibility, but remember, everything is directly correlated in the cryptocurrency market. And if you take a look at Bitcoin, right, let me just briefly let you know what I discovered. Obviously, a lot of people are anticipating that this has obviously been some sort of situation where we broke out of the slanting resistance right over here, as you guys can see. So let me just adjust my chart so that you guys can have like a better, clear picture. So obviously a lot of people are saying that this was obviously a breakout, but I would really love to differ, because this is obviously something which isn't really going to take us anywhere. Because if you take a look at the sell volume, as soon as we crashed that particular slanting resistance right over here, right, the amount of selling pressure in terms of this 4 hour bar is just so significant. You have to understand that this market is made for the institutional players. It's really made for people who are really trying to steal and take your money. But of course, a lot of people, a lot of breakout traders. So I'm sure you guys already understand that there are people who happen to be breakout traders. So these are basically the people who usually get to buy once the price crashes a particular resistance. And and I'm sure a lot of people were obviously anticipating that if the price goes above I don't know, 9,250, then they are going to be longing because it is going to be going to the moon. So what really happened yesterday, the people who were breakout traders, right, they really bought a whole lot of Bitcoin. I'm sure there was like over 1,000 of Bitcoin sold here, but it didn't really end up crushing the market because they were buying into the sell orders, because it triggered all their, breakout buying orders to be, sort of placed. So this is one of the reasons why, if you take a look at the volume right over here at the bottom, it is significantly high. So if you take a look at this, right, this is a footprint of institutional players shorting the market, because I mean, guys, if we indeed broke this resistance right over here, this slanting resistance, right, we could have been trading around 9,800 by now. But because there was a lot of Bitcoin that was actually placed right above this slanting resistance, right, a lot of breakout traders were like literally buying into institutional sell orders. And this is one of the reasons why, even though we didn't really significantly drop the volume right over here, the sell volume is like way significantly higher than the buy volume. So this is a trace of institutional money at play. This is how come a whole lot of retail traders usually end up losing a lot of money, because a lot of them are anticipating that the price of Bitcoin is going to continue dropping, but they do not really know that institutional money have already sold right over here, and they didn't really want to like freak out the masses. They didn't really want to like make a splash in the market, and then they did it very, very subtle. They just had to do it like in a very smart way, because once the next drop comes, guys, once we experience the next drop, it's really going to be monumental, and you guys are really going to like wonder like, hey, where did all this selling power come from? Because we have institutional players getting out of the market, and you are buying their bugs because you are breakout traders. So I really hope that analogy really makes a lot of sense to you. So this is one of the reasons why, even though we broke out of the slanting resistance, we are still very far away from 10,000 US dollars. But in a genuine bull market, right, or in a genuine uptrend, once you break out of resistance, there's always fireworks. There's always upward momentum. Just the price going crazy. We just didn't go crazy right over here because the sell pressure was like so much, because you breakout traders were buying into institutional money sell wars. So yeah, congratulations, you played yourself. So in the next coming 3, 4, 5 days or even a week, you guys are going to experience this massive drop. So if that happens, of course, cryptocurrencies such as Zilliqa are going to be affected as well. So this is one of the reasons why I do not really want you guys out there to like, go crazy trading, this type of Zilliqa event, which is going to happen on the 30th, because you are anticipating that Zilliqa is going to be announcing very, very good news. So this is one of the reasons why I am so chill right now, and I'm just waiting for the best opportunity to seize the opportunity to buy a whole lot of these cryptocurrencies. So this is all I wanted to tell you as far as trading this particular event, which is going to be coming on the 30th of July, and in comparison to BTC and just what's really happening, because you guys are my friends, and I really want you to be safe out there. So if I were you, I would be in stable coins right now and just waiting for a better opportunity to get into the market, because we are supposed to be doing what the big institutional money is doing, and we just have to be smarter than everybody. So besides that, there's quite a lot of backlash as far as Zilliqa is concerned in terms of stacking ZILs on KuCoin exchange. So a lot of people have been complaining, saying, hey, it's not really worth staking because the pay is very, very minimal. So even though a lot of people are very hyped about staking and all that passive income, guys, you have to understand, the interest is just pretty ridiculous. It's about 10 to 12% per annum. And if you take a look at how much money you can actually make trading this particular volatile market, you guys can really make a whole lot of money. So this is only my personal opinion. I would rather trade instead of staking and just giving my coins to a third party custodian, if you know what I mean. So if you take a look at the profits that you might make trading in comparison to staking, I mean, it's not even comparable. But you guys obviously have got like different agendas because a lot of you are very busy and you just don't have time to look at the freaking boring charts. So if you take a look at this comment right over here, right, somebody was complaining that the staking on KuCoin is a very huge scam, and he was just talking about all the hassles, all the bad things that all the loopholes he just had to like cross just to get a few staking. So I'm not even going to read it. I'm going to have the link in the description box below so that you guys can actually get to see what this person is talking about. It was posted on Reddit. So I want to find out from you, have you been staking Zilliqa? Has it been worth it so far? But of course we need people to stake their ZIL, because when more people stake, the lesser ZILs are going to be circulating, and that is really going to be very good. So by the end of the day, I want a lot of people to be staking so that my Zilliqa bags might be worth a whole lot more, because a lot of people are going to be holding them. But on the other hand as well, from a profit point of view, it's not really that ideal for a whole lot of people. So I'm just putting it like it is, and you guys are obviously going to do your own research, and you're going to draw your own analysis from that. So obviously that's all I had to talk to you guys about. I just wanted to like make it brief. So we could potentially see an upward momentum. Just look out for the areas of resistance right over here. And of course, we're still trying to go back to the all-time high and just try to test this resistance that we encountered right over here. But if that happens, then well and good. But right now, it really seems that the sell volume, the sell pressure is indeed overwhelming. And a lot of people have been stuck in this particular area, right? So I'm sure there's quite a number of you who are stuck waiting for the price to come to this particular threshold so that you can actually get out. So best believe if the price of Zilliqa goes to that particular area, right, all the people who actually got to buy ZIL around this area, they are going to be, rushing out because they want to get like a better entry. So that might end up, further dropping the price. So if you take a look at this, right, if you take a look at this particular shape, right, it is forming some sort of W pattern, and you guys understand that a W pattern is obviously like some sort of bullish, pattern, and then we might just end up going to that particular area. And on the other hand, this can also be like a cup and handle, kinda. Yeah, so just clarify in the comment section below, even though it hasn't like really formed that much. So if you take a look at the weekly is very it's very depressing. I mean, if you take a look at the decrease in the buying pressure right over there, it is very bad. And last week was a very crucial week as far as Zilliqa is concerned, because we didn't really see as much selling pressure as we did in comparison to a few weeks ago. So obviously in June we did experience a whole lot of people getting out of the market, and this is one of the reasons why the sell pressure was like very high right over here. But last week we experienced, according to this bar, not that significant sell pressure. So this is one of the reasons why we might potentially see a little bit of an upward sort of momentum starting. So let's take a look at other indicators as well. So according to the moving average, convergence, divergence, right, we are seeing a decline in the selling pressure right over here. So we might potentially have some sort of bullish crossover, as you guys can see there, right? We're about to have that bullish crossover like we did right over there on 2nd July, and perhaps you guys might be able to like ride that particular wave. So if you take a look at the volume zone oscillator, it seems we are beginning to sort of come from this area of being oversold, and perhaps we might potentially continue going to the upside and then just getting rejected there and then further crashing down. So just more of the story is just be extra careful And I'm just looking forward to what is going to be announced on 30th July. So I really want to find out the new innovative things that Zilliqa has been working on, because these guys have been like quiet for like a month. We haven't really seen like a whole lot of exciting information as far as development is concerned. But of course, I did see the NFTs, the non-fungible tokens. Okay, so that's some pretty good stuff. But I mean, CryptoKitties, it's not something which is like very revolutionary, and you know, it's of course very good as far as usability and just basically getting to use the platform is concerned, because obviously ZILs are going to be burnt in order for these non-fungible tokens to be used. So that is obviously going to end up driving the prices higher. But hey, who really wants to own a CryptoKitty? Do you guys own any CryptoKitties? Are you guys trading those you know, non-fungible tokens? Are you guys doing, or rather dealing in such? So as far as non-fungible tokens are concerned, right, I do not really see the utmost need for such, because a lot of people are still trying to determine how valuable blockchain technology is. So if people don't really see the value of blockchain technology, right, why would they find non-fungible tokens based on blockchain valuable, if you know what I mean? So anyhow, you guys can obviously beg to differ. Please drop everything in the comment section below. I really want to find out how many of you are staking your ZILs, and has it been profitable? Is it worth it? Would you recommend anybody to do it? And where are you staking it from? Are you doing it on KuCoin? Are you using some other, you know, non-custodial wallets of any sort? So please let me know in the comment section below, and drop what you think is going to be announced by CZ and the Zilliqa team on 30th July. Are you excited about this information? So let me know in the comment section below. It's been your boy Muna, aka Beyond 10X. You already know what we do. Hit the subscribe button and subscribe. Welcome to the family. We do talk about a whole lot of trading information and everything that is related to cryptocurrencies. I'm obviously going to be talking to you a little bit later. Bye.